Good morning. How's it going? Hope you are all well and have had a bit of a restful weekend before trying to juggle work and everything again. Yes. So this morning I wanted to look at the next kind of topic area, but the topic for the curriculum in the Australian curriculum covers 1962 right to vote federally for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, the 1967 referendum, reconciliation, Mabo decision, bringing them home report, the apology for stolen generations. I'm going to break them down into a few different videos because that is a lot to cover in one bite. So the one that I'm going to focus on the 1960s today, and particularly, good morning, Kim, particularly look at the 1967 referendum. This is something that there are a lot of myths and misunderstandings about. So in 1967, after a lot of campaigning by Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander activists, there were moves to have this referendum, and there are two parts of the Constitution that were supposed to be changed through the referendum. One was, there was another one about senators or something or other, but the two that pertain to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders were about being counted in the census, so officially having numbers of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders recorded as part of the whole Australian population rather than a separate group or entity. There are some records of population kept in the different states and territories, Board of Aborigines files and records, because they were overseeing the affairs of Aboriginal people before the referendum. So there was that issue about census, being counted in the census, and then also about shifting responsibility for legislation about Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders from the state and territory level to Commonwealth level. So before, in one of the other lives, I talked about how there were different legislations created in different states and territories for Indigenous Australians. That is something that got broken down by the 1967 referendum. So it shifted that responsibility. It removed the need for the Board of Aborigines in each state and territory, and it brought a bit more consolidation for legislation throughout the country. So that was a big shifting point and meant that there were not those state-based variations on how communities were treated, because there were still reserve submission stations set up in some places but not in others. In others they'd been closed down gradually. Assimilation policies had come in at different times in different places, particularly from the 1930s onwards. Yes. And so those are some of the things that were being changed and shifted through the 1967 referendum. Exciting stuff. And the vote went with a yes vote. So there was a huge, overwhelming amount of support for these changes in the Constitution. I think it was 97.7 or something like that voted yes of the Australian community. So it's one of those things, usually referendums don't have much success because Australians seem to have an attitude of if it's not broken, don't fix it. But in this case, probably partly due to successful protesting and successful activism, effective activism, there was that positive result. And maybe as a result too of some of the international pressure that had been going on against these racialised policies. People were very aware of apartheid at this stage in South Africa. There were other pushes against racism in the US, as I mentioned the other day. We were talking about the freedom rides in the US and how they influenced Australia. So this is another case where I think those international discussions... Yes, that's right. The international discussions were impacting what happened here. Yes. Oh, you're going to look back and think these are so boring probably, but anyway. It's good to know this stuff. So that is the 1967 referendum. Happy to elaborate. I'll do the same as what I've done in other days, where I have set up a separate post which has a ton of resources underneath it. I hope that they're helping. I think that more than happy to respond to comments and questions in the comment section under these lives and expand on anything you want done further. But yeah, the next thing I'll talk about is the reconciliation movement. Penny Edmonds put out a book which looked at that, which I think is on my bedside table still. So I'll try and have a look through that. Yes. And then Uncle John from the Torres Strait has said he will do a chat with me on here, so you'll get to hear all his amazing wisdom. He's a very, very funny man. Every day is his birthday, and he's a joy to talk to. Oh, before I go, I just want to show you what I've done because, I have no one else to show except for the boys. So I have set up a little party for Eamon. He comes home this morning, and we've got PJ Masks theme with the teddy bears all dressed up. I'm going to put dinosaurs on a birthday cake. I couldn't be bothered making one, so I bought one just from Woolies. That's what we're doing today. It was his 3rd birthday on Saturday, so it'll be exciting today. All right, hope you all have a good day, and we will catch you tomorrow.